Feel welcomed. Shout out to you, bruh. Like, hey, episode 10.
Yes, we are on episode 10. I have an extremely special guest this week. Yeah, you are though.
Alright, blessed.
He's so, like, literally, you are.
Hey, don't make me flash now.
No, I won't. He's really just a really good friend of mine. Someone I've learned so much from. Anyway, Luyolo Zulu.
Men and women cannot be friends. Absolutely not. Like, the only reason that is men are hunters, dog.
Okay.
Men hunt for a living.
Okay.
And we're into impressionable, naive, no.
I've been called impressionable 4 times today, by the way.
Right.
Yeah.
A guy will wait. Grade 8, it's fine. 9, it's fine. You're my friend.
It's hurting me.
First year, it's fine. Oh, wait. Divorce. Shoulder to cry on. Comes up with dear. Guys, it's easy for you to be respectful and honor boundaries.
Yeah.
Right? I'm laid back. I'm laid back until I start being forward.
Oh no, that breaks my heart.
And I have to be honest. I'm a guy. I've been a guy.
Do you think that's why? Hi Unscripted family, you are back to another installment with your host Luyolo. I have an extremely special guest this week.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, you are though.
Alright, blessed.
He's so, like, literally, you are.
Hey, don't make me flash now.
No, I won't. He's really just a really good friend of mine. Someone I've learned so much from. So one of the people.
Most of the bad things.
No. No.
When does wrong, but anyway, go on.
Yeah. Really, like from my guy friends, one of the people that taught me how to survive, and that's why sometimes I promise you, I can't get through an introduction.
Okay, sorry.
Anyway, Luyolo Zulu. Hi.
Someone is Filujan.
Yeah, Filujan.
I'm good.
Wow.
Feel welcomed. Shout out to you, bruh. Like, hey, episode 10.
Yes, we are on episode 10. I don't even have a voice for this one, so I'm sorry for that. But I'm so happy.
Cool, man.
Yes.
I feel welcomed, but I'm just trying to relax.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not gonna be controversial.
Him and I actually agree on nothing.
Yeah, absolutely zero.
Zero.
How are we even still in contact?
I don't know. Oh yeah. I think it was on episode 3 where I mentioned that there's a friend that cut me off.
Guys, men and women cannot be friends. Absolutely not. Like, especially those, not buddy, but those like friendship, intimate friendships, where I can disclose things on you and you. The only reason that is, men are hunters, dog. Okay. Men hunt for a living. Okay. And we're into impressionable, naive, no.
I've been called impressionable 4 times today, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. But anyway.
Okay.
Right. A guy will wait. Grade 8, it's fine. 9, it's fine. You're my friend.
This is hurting me.
First year, it's fine. Oh, wait. Divorce. Shoulder to cry on. Become right on. Guys will wait. They will wait. And you're very good looking, my friend. Ex-friend. Guys will wait, and for me,
so hurtful for me, for a person who mostly has guy friends. This is like one of the most hurtful realities.
Okay, I don't know about them. I'm gonna be the one to tell you now.
Yeah.
And also, I used to preach this, but I also had female friends. So I was like, I can't live a lie.
Yeah.
I have a younger sister, plus I have a daughter. I'm gonna have to try and model the life that I'm talking about.
Yeah. You did say on the phone with me, he was like, I can't be a hypocrite.
I can't, especially if I keep fighting hypocrites. Yeah, I can't do one. But anyway, that's that. I still love you long time, bro. So much love.
After hurting, because that genuine, I got you. Yeah. I completely understood. I think we're growing up, and obviously you have whatever family you're building, growing up, and eventually people will get to that point. Everyone's going to be married or have full-term partners, and we won't be in contact like that, or a partner would not be comfortable.
Yeah. For sure.
So I definitely understood, and I was like, oh, okay, so this one ends here. I want to know my pit that pig, you know.
Lalela, you're the only one who was like, you know what, shut up.
Yeah.
By time was just Molo. It's bros or something, but it's fine. I get it. Because also for them, like, I've created that safe space to them.
Oh, but you've created one for me as well. But like I said before, I'm extremely respectful of my friends and whatever decisions they make. I'm extremely.
You are.
Yeah.
What about them? It's easy for you to be respectful and honor boundaries.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm laid back until I start moving forward.
Oh no, that breaks my heart.
And I have to be honest. I'm a guy. I've been a guy.
Do you think that's why if you've got a dad in your life? So my dad passed away when I was like 2.5. So I don't have that. Do you understand?
I'm here. Father Abraham.
Yeah, actually, my best friend's dad eventually
became your dad.
Yeah, he became my dad. But then when I would see how strict he was,
I wouldn't want to put so much pressure on our parents to teach us these things.
For me, it wasn't teaching, but it's a thing. You would see how strict he was towards whoever comes close to him. If Kunumfana who comes, he can be a friend.
Oh, okay.
He was very receptive of our guy friends, but when according to him, they were far. He didn't see the proximity. They're actually really close, and he would not have been fond of that because anyone who tries to come close, he's just like,
back off. But I don't think it's because of how I was particularly raised. I think I learned the most lessons how we all learn it from pain, experience, running away from something. Your parents can only teach you as fast so that you can act correct in society. Anything else that you pick up, dog, it's from you. Things we learned at Kingsway. Shout out to Kingsway, bruh.
So that's actually how we met. We didn't even say we met. We were living at a student accommodation.
The best in town. Shout out to Kingsway. Hey, if you went to Kingsway, just put a comment there.
And then put a comment. Just say #Kingsway.
#Kingsway.
Yeah. So that's how we met, right? And my first year, I was in a very I was never outside. I was to myself, sitting, and you took me out like you did with a lot of people. You're always in here. I was just like you talk to no one.
That sounds like me.
Like yo. And little did I know it was because you had like a nice session with your friends every single day. You didn't understand that. How am I so locked up? I only understood. Yes, I only understood when I started hanging out with you guys. Because I'm an only child, and I actually discovered yesterday with part of the only child syndrome is that you're actually so okay with being alone. Even now with my baby, people were telling me, "Oh, shame, why are you locked up?" I'm like, I do nothing different than what I usually did anyway. Like it's no different. I was never outside,
and that's why you get to enjoy when you're outside.
Yes,
because you know how it's not to be there versus someone always up. It diminishes. Kingsway, bruh. We did a lot of Kingsway. I think for me, I like Nkulili that job. From what I came in and how I left. But anyway, fun times. As in, we can't disclose on camera.
But like my first impression of you. Well, I actually don't have Mohlupa. It was so problematic. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. But I actually can't even express my first impression of you. It's not the best.
It's not.
But I said like when I got to know you, then what was growing was the fact that you were so independent, and like you bought your first car yourself. You were like, and that's one of the really good things. That's why you didn't just teach me bad stuff. Sure, but like. Empty. You know, every time I'm with females and I'm driving a manual car and they see me driving in the car's in neutral and they're like, Bestie, I'm like, no, gas.
Guys. I think how I grew fond of you And why, for me, it was important to take you under my wing.
Yeah.
Most people there, not foreign, okay. Different provinces, or if you come out of a different province.
That's what he means.
Yeah, we came from a foreign province. We are not xenophobic here.
Yeah.
Before you can come at me now.
Yeah, look at that camera, by the way.
Okay, cool.
Screen, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So with you, like, it's okay. I understand. And you're not cheater.
I am.
We're not cheater. So for me, it was like, okay, I need to make sure that you know how to operate in this inner city, because we're in the middle of Auckland Park, Bram, Johannesburg at large. For me, it's important now to okay, being back to these are your options, because you can't have your mother stressing about you all the time.
She actually takes offense to that. You know that.
They have to please your mother.
She wasn't appreciative of the fact that I am not dependent. And when I said it to her, she didn't receive that pretty well, because she wants to actually help. And I'm so used to not asking for help.
Yeah.
Because I lived at Kingsway for 3 years. Who was I asking for help?
And I
crashed my car, I didn't even tell her. With my first mini accident. I called him. I called him.
Yo, I'm glad you figure guys. As we talk for an accident. Say,
yeah, it was very early.
Guess what I said? If boom came, yes, call I just
my car was like maroon. The whole side made yellow, because you know like that yellow.
Yeah. It's not even the boom.
No, not the boom gate.
The pole.
The pole. It's anyway. We're supposed to like sign in as students with your student card. There's like these poles.
Yes. I mean, it doesn't let it.
I was helping someone with school. Like just trying to register. They don't know the way around.
Okay. This show's gonna be a best. Anyway, shout out to Vanessa. Shout out to Clifford and Gansi.
Yeah.
At some point we were house comms.
We were actually really close. We were best friends and we didn't even like.
Should we tell them?
Yeah.
We were self-appointed house comms. Since beginning.
Yeah. And there's a much. We didn't just tell the students. We taught management.
Dude,
we're here.
You know when
and they started paying us.
That was such a high. I think, you know, when I realized it now, like we're pushing movement.
Yeah.
When we used to host like parties without budget.
Yeah, zero.
Shout out to Nescafe actually, because you remember when
they
gave us free
put us
coffee.
on so much,
dude. How did you manage to put so many things?
I don't know.
After Jane first you used to do a lot.
I was telling my mom, it's not that I don't like being at home. I don't want to come back home, right? And it's not because I don't like being at home, but you're comfortable.
Yes.
And besides the comfort, connection. So the area where I'm from, you don't have a lot of opportunities.
Sure, for sure.
When you're in Auckland Park and you're living in a student accommodation, wow, what's up? So you've already made $2,000 just by walking out the door.
100%.
Do you understand?
100%.
So opportunities, because even how the house com started was just Luyolo calling, because we're all in the same environment, we can use each other the best way we know how. You're very isolated. You're isolated from society. All you know is your family.
And you know that people used to actually look up to us.
Yeah.
Us.
Yes. I
think the combination of all four of us, like our strengths, when we came together, we were like formidable.
Yes. So with the four of us, Vanessa was on episode. I think Vanessa's like episode 4 or 5 if you go back, right? And probably 5. But with Vanessa is Vanessa is a nonchalant person, doesn't care about a thing in the world. Clifford, very political, extremely, like a huge politician. He uses political jargon. He speaks my lamb. He speaks like how the words he uses. He's a very educated man. He's educated. He's very like Clifford was. I could even call him our crutch. Yeah, because we could come up with the concepts, we could come we've got the personality for it, but the person who needs to stand in front and deliver it is Clifford.
And they listen.
And they would listen, because even the fact that we sat behind it. So okay, I think we need to just go back. How the committee started.
Yeah, maybe we started. Yeah, for sure.
So we had picked up something from the accommodation, right? I'm not going to mention legal purposes.
Yeah. But anyway, sure.
But like, there was something that was going on, and then we saw a discrepancy.
Oh yes.
Of sorts, and a lot of we were complaining, but we did nothing about it.
Service delivery, other small things,
small stuff. Yeah. So we picked this up and we saw it offline, and we had to read. So the one thing I learned from Clifford is research.
Yes.
You can't go without facts. You can't go there emotional as well. So no emotions and no temper. Just facts. So you read. You have to go back and you read. By the time you get there and you deliver, this is what you have. So now Luyolo had a conversation with Clifford, and you had picked up that this guy.
Yeah. I had to, when you go to war, you must pick the best soldiers, not your friends. Now my friends made the committee.
And then he called Vanessa and he called me as well. And he called Mwande.
Oh yes.
And then I think Mwande dropped eventually.
He had too much commitment.
Yeah, he had a lot of commitments. And then it was just the four of us, and we were just fighting about this one particular issue, right? It was just about this one issue. And the reason why we eventually saw highest authority was because all the demands we had listed on our memorandum.
We had a whole list.
We drafted a memorandum. That's Clifford as well. That was Clifford, like a professional looking memorandum, drafted and submitted via email. So all communication was fine, because that's another thing. He said we go according to hierarchy. If this one we have to then we'll go higher. If this one we have to then we'll go higher. But we need to go there.
And like we're just ordinary residents.
Well, ordinary residents. And then when we submitted the memorandum and they came back the next day, they called us back the very next day, and they did not only meet those demands, they exceeded what it was for. Because we never even had a physical meeting. It was all virtual. We were talking to him.
I think also the reason why they didn't have like a committee, it was just after COVID. I think it was 2021. So they're like, it's fine, we don't need this. Then we saw a gap, but shout out to them, dog. I think there are things that we fought for, and there are kids that are still benefiting from that.
To this day, for sure. But they also have like guns up now. They have like the armor. They have the full armor now. In case
I'll be honest, guys. I just wanted it to be a nice place so people can operate at the highest level. Bruh, the parties were insane. And not just parties where we're gonna have security. Security's on our side. They hire more security for our party. With no budget, bruh.
With no budget.
But anyway,
that was an extremely fun time.
We digressed.
We digressed a whole lot. And this started when you first spoke about your parents not having full control over you and learning everything outside.
So for me, how I grew up, I'm actually starting to give credit to my parents now. Because what I thought was real parenting, I'm realizing now that they created an environment for me, and that's all they had to do. Like they made sure library is close by. We'll have like network, like Wi-Fi, whatever that's needed. But my mother never sat down with me though. That is worse again. None of them is like bola or a joke. That is fucking bad, bro. Like so we're still discussing my upbringing. So for me, everything that I had to learn, I went out to go find out for myself. Shout out to my mom. She's a teacher, fantastic. She did a great job in raising us. Toilet, my newspaper, food, and I'm only learning to appreciate that now. And my upbringing was simple. During the week, uzophuma nge-weekend. Like mom very strict, very strict Christian parents. Yakhonza ngeklayant Jesu ngiyahambile Sunday school to the point where sometimes inkonzo beni ukungenela ekhaya uyabona ukuthi hayi manjani no sikwenye level. And my dad was like, he used to preach. My dad is a joke, I remember.
That is crazy because now I feel like there's so much about you that I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So the reason why I would enjoy my dad's sermon, but obviously like she was not like a bishop or anything, but you know those lower priests, shama joking like lalela he's Zulu. So could miss one. So yeah, those things I think that's what I grew up knowing mostly. Then when I started going to high school, I started playing soccer more. Can't be started anymore now. The biggest change happened when I visited my grand's place. I won't forget this. Obviously being able to come and then you know, okay, we have a we start and you're gonna meet new friends for the first time. First encounter with my friends, I had to fight.
Why?
But from what hierarchy.
Oh yeah.
At a young age.
Imagine.
Like they always rule and fit. But they need to know where do we fit you in.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody to like I still remember that so much because I had to fight.
Yeah, survival fun is crazy.
It is, and for me that was like a nice turning point. Okay, I was kind of raised a bit soft, not rich, but like soft, like When I went to my granny, I realized okay, being a boy means good. So I'm good. You know, you take those risks, and then I started being comfortable taking risks.
Of which he took a lot thereafter.
We'll get into it, but the nice thing, well, maybe what I'm so grateful for, even in the midst of everything, my matric here determined which I've never gotten distinctions my whole entire school.
Really?
Me now?
With your good matric results?
I was an annoyingly average student because I didn't have to do much to get average marks.
That's me.
But in matric, you know every scalar or grade, there's those guys who've been prefects since grade 8, eating their shit. That's the only reason why I got distinctions in maths and accounting. I wanted to prove to those fuckers that you ain't shit, bro. I'll prove it to you. My chef from the Sugar Fest 10. But I did insane studying, like deteriorating my own health. That
is mad. Excuse me.
When Twixing my day started, I'm putting hard hours.
That is crazy.
I did physics and maths. Physics was self-study. Because you had a useless teacher, I'm sorry to say it, Strauss, but she was so useless from grade 10 to matric.
Yeah.
So everything I learned in physics, I had to teach myself.
Wow.
And I still cooked a nice, I think 70 or 60, somewhere there. Decent. That set me up for varsity. I mean, I into it. Abantu abaningi esikolweni futhi abaningi niyazi. Abanye abuthi hey team tool. I got an acceptance letter adverts for aeronautical engineering. I got an acceptance letter UCT for accounting. I kid you not.
Why on God's green earth?
Yeah, did I go to UJ?
Did you go to UJ? No offense.
So I was not career oriented. I never had dreams or aspirations of being an accountant. Not even my wildest thought.
Wow. I don't know my friend, by the way. I don't know him.
For me, it was like, okay, where can I go and what can I study? Because I've always been big on entrepreneurial. There's so many stories about me that you know. I think some you know, but while we're still here, what could be so close to entrepreneurial or business? Even in that field, I'm not far off. Engineering was far off, and also I already started a life here in Joburg.
Yeah.
Would I want to go start a new life in Cape Town? I mean, there's no need. Usually made so much sense.
So, Luyolo is one of the most. I had a word. No. You are Luyolo's a mess, right? But
a beautiful mess.
You're an organized mess.
Okay.
You know, like he's definitely what I'm picking up. What I've always known is that you're an organized mess, because even within that accounting degree, I don't remember studying.
We should bring a laptop.
I got my degree in a laptop.
Hi guys, shout out to my friend, shout out to you. I don't think you're on a laptop. Dalela, you link the phone.
Yes. Like, and the thing is, I don't want to encourage that for but no, take the laptop if you're comfortable. You get into my textbook.
I'm going to my laptop as you told her.
Textbook. I'm not
textbook. I'm not taking textbook right now. If I don't take my textbook, I will graduate. Graduated.
That's why you're not supposed to be on the show.
Okay,
but literally, that's the thing. You don't know how much thought process goes back. Select the Bible every day. I've never touched it. My first distinction was in matric. But I had never gotten distinctions throughout my entire high school life, and that's because I didn't study. I was okay with my 60s and 70s. I was going to say homework, but you know, there were 70s on your reports, and I'm not that, but that's why I'm a guy, because a lot of girls don't think like this. Girls are people that actually aim to get something. And then in matric, I was like, man. It is CTG. Yes. Kind of the only thing I really struggled with was accounting, because I think when we started off, it was 4 distinctions, 2 70s, and then accounting was really low. And that's when I saw that I need help.
I do, I think 89%. Yo, I do.
What?
Mina?
But this was my point. And that's why I disturbed you, and I apologize for that.
Sure.
My point was the fact that and people would think.
You think it's so glad when are they putting the hours?
That's why know yourself. If you need to study, please study. 100%. Please study. Yeah.
Like, you know, I always, when I have a colleague on matric, like I get so interested with how they're doing. Are they studying? Which topic are they struggling? Like, one of my colleagues can tell you, I was so invested in a sister's matric, like it's like, okay. Okay, this is what I used to do back then. I think it will still work. They didn't do these particular exercises, do them like this. Actually, I had such a beautiful formula, and it can work for anyone, because most of the things were self-study. But with maths, I don't know if you know this, you have to use your left brain.
Okay.
When you do maths.
Okay.
So left brain is, just finish off this, fork and?
Sorry?
Fork and?
Knife.
Yes. So you see, it comes naturally. Yeah. That's what you need to use when you can't look at a question and it's like it's the first time you're saying it and you have to figure it out for the first time. It needs to, okay, you see this, immediately when you write equal side, you need to know what to follow. Yeah. So how you put that in is just by practicing. Yeah. Like you can do the same sum, the same 10 sums every day in a topic that you struggle with, and I promise you they can put different letters, they can put it anyhow. You will be able to hack it out.
Where are you during my matric year? I needed you.
I don't know, but also I had a self-discovery. I think it was grade 9 when I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. That is such a spiritual book about money. Like most big people, your Vusi Tembewayo, most big entrepreneurs they'll tell you that was the turning point. In fact, that book is a blessing and a curse. Because the first time you learn about money is your parents. So you are conditioned and primed to think meaning you're engineer, then
I dislike it because it's amongst us.
Yes.
What color?
Yes. Excuse me. I'm not giving him any promo, but that shout out to him. We funded in 2 days, like. Wow. And in the 2 days we're preparing my baby sister's birthday. So a China mall being funded and what the phone. I kid you not, simple English simple terms, I got so hooked. The first person who ever told me, don't work for money, let money work for you, I was like, oh. I was like, oh. So I think from there, going up, I was like, okay, I need to get more of this content, you know. Started reading other books, came across your Eric Thomas, your T.D. Jakes. Like, metric, I can go my hair at 2017 years, just listening to motivational speakers.
Wow.
I don't know if you know David Goggins. The dog, I had migraines, like being cooler physically, because I was waking up 2 o'clock every day. Doesn't matter, it's a Sunday, it's a weekend. I don't care, I'm up. My body's up. I didn't even need an alarm.
That is crazy.
Which is what I'm saying. I used to have an LG. Yasha. Yes, in a map. Literally, because monkeys, if you vibrate. Exceed. That's the one place we eat. No, I'm way before alarm yami. Eating the book and I, like, my sister kept on telling me, it's not good for your health. But I'm like, do I have any other choice? We don't come from money. I can push as hard as I can. I can still do more than what I'm doing. Bluntly, being cooler physically, but that didn't stop me. Like, even like I even had a technique, because you know when people stop studying after they just went out to go get something to eat, they get so full.
That's true.
I think
it's charged.
Yeah. So for me, so that I don't get hungry. 2 slices peanut butter tea, I'm not gonna get hungry. I can push. Lang myself I'm schooling me. See all. Class in your life. Me na later, right?
And then, sorry, here's another thing. As a child, and then was a and then was what I wasn't 2. It was a guy like that. It was a guy. His name was Perfect. Shout out Perfect. Perfect.
Hey, Bazali Maranya, Okay, sharp. That's in
a student, number 1 on the top 10. Computer and I was a phone. Perfect. But you don't know.
I was with a friend who made a phone call. Just to cut my wife. Enough.
You're not supposed to show your true colors here.
Everything gonna polite and no cheater. Anyway, but yeah, so I used to sit at the back.
Yeah.
Because, like, for me, the teachers understood. They never fought me about this. I was always ahead. Like with the curriculum in terms of literacy. So if this week, if this week they're doing calculus, maybe I'm doing geometry, like circle geometry. So how they would know is that I would come with questions to them if I'm struggling with something.
So they know that you're already on the topic, and they're not even there yet.
They're not even there yet. So I'm going to keep in mind, I got this. Also,
that's crazy, but it also speaks a lot about your IQ. Because you're able to do it on your own.
Yeah.
Firstly, so these things don't work for everyone. That's why I really recommend that you know who you are. A friend of mine, I didn't even know this, one of my closest friends, we went to bits and pieces.
Yeah.
In grade 8, like I said, I've been an average student my entire life, right? And I have to touch a book. I've never touched a book personally. And I'm sorry to my parents, because I've got a lot of parents who are watching this. Yeah.
Totally.
But literally, I never, and then I didn't live there, but my mom used to fetch me really late, so we would walk to her house because she lived in the area.
Sure.
Right? And we would sit there, and so we'd sit there, catch up on movies, get snacks, all of that stuff. Apparently, I found this out a trick. That year, I was about to fail the grade. I promise you.
There's a name for those letters.
What is it called?
454. Guys, comment if you know what I'm talking about. 454.
That is crazy. No, what's about to have like circles on their report? Or what's this below average?
Like when we met, What is it too? The NA for 50. Maybe you need to do extra. But yeah, anyway, that's that. So yeah,
that's when I knew Guti as a person know you, because she discovered her that year. Let me tell you where this friend is now. That
was this
because of that 454. I don't know, but actually it's a testimony. It's a testimony.
Okay, no, is that his name? Can we bleep out things?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, but. This friend, maybe she'll be on here, because she deserves to be on here.
Okay, cool.
And maybe she can tell that story herself.
That would be very nice.
Yes, this friend graduated in construction, engineering and chemical. Yes, she did her honors and she's currently doing her master's, employed for the last 3 years and climbing up that corporate ladder as an engineer. To this day.
No, we need to give her a shout out.
Listen, she figured out, she looked at my reports and she was my man, but she knew. She only told me years later when she started passing really well. Okay, so strategy.
Bad influence.
No, I think I didn't know she was strategy. I really honestly thought Songa's fundi. I thought rocket science. That's how I thought at the time. I didn't know, but that's why I'm promoting right now. What I'm trying to promote is that you need to know you.
Yeah.
Because, and it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you if you need to work a little harder than someone else.
For sure.
It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It just means that's how you operate in this particular. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I want people to know this. School is about memory retention.
Yes,
most of it.
Yeah.
So can you look at something someone else did and learn how they did it? It's not can you think on your own. No, that's not what it is. Because the real world shows you can you think on your own. Yeah. So you shouldn't feel bad just because when you have to work a little harder to retain memory.
That's who you are. That's your starting point.
Yes. Well, I mean, my memory retention isn't so great. I mean, I survive. I can get average stuff and all of that. But I was in fact, maybe my memory retention is good because I'm so and I was actually telling my aunt who's a nurse and she was here a couple of weeks ago. I was telling her, I think I had to supplement and I didn't know that I actually had to get supplements. Because I can't. Like just study overall body. Like your vitamin B's.
Oh, okay.
All of that stuff to.
And these things work actually.
Yes, she actually really explained. If you go look at the episode 8, she really explained how she wakes up and she drinks E4 daily, and she also drinks like something so that her gut can stay clean so that her gut stays clean.
Yeah.
And that's how abanye abantu study ever. 6-7 hours. I would never study for 6-7 hours.
That's like the first year making the.
Yeah.
When you start. Actually, it doesn't mean study.
Okay, go.
You know, I had monitors there.
Yeah.
I nobody used to sit at my desk. Problem.
I can't study past 2 hours, but I think I needed to help my body, and I did. I didn't know that I needed to help my body, but that would just say to me, she would say, and that's how I survived.
But if you are giving advice, I think my starting point, many people would relate. It's so hard doing things with your right brain, because now you're gonna have to depend.
You need to qualify on that. Explain to people what's the difference between the left and the right brain.
So your left brain is what has been wired to you. You can do it in your sleep. It's like walking and breathing. You do it without thinking about it. Like your left brain is working like that. When you learn something for the first time, you use your right brain.
Okay.
So you put a lot of strain on your right brain. And you can't go to an exam using your right brain, because your marks are going to show that you don't know what you're writing about here. When you use your left, and the only way to put things on your left brain is practice. Like people say it all the time, practice make perfect. Guys, literally, I saw it happen. Like things that would come easy to me, people would struggle with. And I get it. Like your mind is so wired to it. Like nothing can break it. Like even sickness cannot even stop you from it, because it comes in.
So it's not even a joke, because I'm telling you, I think I can't see properly at night. I didn't know, but I realized while driving really recently was I couldn't. When I did my license, learners and everything, I failed my eye test like twice before passing it. And they let me give my chance. You know.
Keep your money.
Yes.
Okay.
No, make me laugh, man.
Okay, guys.
But really, now I notice when I drive at night, I'm very cautious, because I'm born. But in areas that I know, I can say it's muscle memory. I know there's a pothole here.
Yes, muscle memory.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, I keep telling people, you must use probably the same road most of the time, because most accidents, most car things, when you drive in unfamiliar territory.
Yeah.
Like
that's true.
Doesn't get it. Like you are more, a place that's like high accident, so you become more cautious,
and it just comes to you.
Actually, all the people who learn from me to drive, I like drivers.
And I really think I'm a good driver. I think
I have an influence in that now.
A huge one. A really huge, like my driving. So Umpomi episode 3, that was on here, episode 3. Umpomi taught me how to drive.
Yes.
Right, when I left driving school, I had my 10 lessons, and before that, nas fundisa mina, because
lessons supposed to be taking it up.
I don't know drive. But I for some reason, another thing that I really disliked, and as a person who couldn't never find it cool, was that at home they would emphasize that I'm not a boy. So I can't drive without a license. I can't do this. And then you're never find out. And imagine my house, if you don't know how to drive, taking out a car is hard. Right? Wow. But if you don't know how to drive, even people who are experienced drivers, some of them struggle.
Oh yes, educated one.
Yes, it's steep. There's a curve. So I couldn't take out a motor.
It's very sharp.
Yeah, it's sharp. So I couldn't take out a motor. It's like any other. But the first time, alahla ashimoto ngaphandle
like ochinchi moto
ngayithatha
guys
mamele
no I
was in high school. I was just like, I don't like this thing, I can't do this. I hate that. She knows. No, I told her after I got my license, because in December sharp, it's ingene. And I know how she drives. I know gear 1 is a powerful gear. I know I need to learn how to balance. I don't know how to balance. I probably should say it class, but like I had to learn. But at the time, that's fundis. And then I had my 10 lessons because she believed that I did need it. I had my 10 lessons, and then my friend Bumi then also just made me practice on the road, because practicing at driving school is not the same, you know.
You are touching a nerve now. Let me digress.
And then after that,
finish up.
After that, then Luyolo was the one that taught me, like, you need to be street smart, you need to be responsible, you need to do this. Even when I was driving, you want to play that, that's why I'm stressed. But I've never had a seat. Of course, I've always known I need to relax.
You become a victim. Like you become a target.
Yeah, you become a target.
Literally, just by that.
Yes.
But
I had to learn survival.
Yeah. I was saying you're touching a nerve because most guys got cars younger. Like the ability and the access to drive.
Yeah.
But for me, it became worrying when they started using cars, their mother's cars, to get girls.
That happens.
And there's nothing wrong when you're young. The problem starts when you're still old and you're doing that. Like, I'm 26. you can't be shitting on other people because when you was reversing Mercedes kama Marco usahla. Okay, sorry, I need, but like for me, those are the things. I feel like as guys, we rely so much on material things to put our best foot forward. When it comes to quoting women.
I have a thought on this, but continue.
For me, it says a lot about yourself. Internally, I would tell like you don't think you have what it takes without those things, and it's fine, it can work. But then we are trying to see slow how you got her. That's what she's gonna expect in the relationship. They don't land all the time because that's how you want her. You didn't use your personality, you didn't use your jokes, you used your mother's car. It's fine, but now those guys come back and say, yeah, I was his way too. They did all the man, whereas you're feeling the pressure, you're cracking under the pressure, and you're crashing out.
You yourself cracked under pressure.
Yeah, but anyway, what do you want to say?
It comes from your confidence as a kid. And I'm sorry. I've never, you see, you take out sides of me that are not like,
no,
that I haven't
that's why they're here for.
But I always say, if you, good looking guys really can share.
Yeah, they
don't have to.
Privilege.
They were privileged enough to. He won't have to do much.
Oh yes.
He won't have to do much, right? But a person who grew up, I want to say I don't want to say ugly, not ugly, but discriminated against because of how they looked. Excuse me. I saw someone on Sovo. Had posted, with your dark skinned men are in calling it trauma. Because we weren't in at a point. You know? So growing up,
dark skinned guys are winning.
Right now?
Hey guys, we up guys. Come on now.
You're not even dark.
I know.
I'm not.
Hey guys,
But a lot of them, because of colorism and all of that stuff, were made fun of, and they had to gear up.
Oh yeah, sure.
So they had to push, and if it depends on your personality and your character, some people let them keep them on the floor. When you say, the same thing you did in your matric year. Do you understand? When you wanted to exceed who thought they were better.
For
some people had to do that for themselves, and they became extremely confident. And another thing that attracts women to them is because not only are you confident, you're a survivor. You know how to hustle, you know how to do this because you did have the privilege growing up. So now if you didn't go through all of those things, which is why character development is extremely essential in life, and we don't like it because it's tough while you're going through it. But the people who had their characters questioned and you know, it was put under pressure while they were young are usually the people who are surviving now. And I always say, even I'm not against having an academic partner, right? I'm not against it. But oftentimes if you grew up as an academia, you don't know how to survive outside of it. So when I'm not to survive,
it's your fun.
You understand?
Your cars don't have anything in the offspring.
Do you understand? So the reason why I've never ever gone for academia is because I needed a person who knew how to survive outside.
Unless you have both.
And it's great, and it's even better if you have both, because even academics also stand for in the IQ. I know it doesn't. Academics don't mean that you're wise, right? But there's certain things that you learn by the discipline of academics.
Exactly, you are touching a nerve. Do you know? I'm a bit shorter than the average guy. I think I'm the shortest in all my friends. But my personality isn't short at all.
Yeah.
Like I always
extremely confident.
And this is not something I picked up really from primary. Like, you know, obviously there were groups and gangs. We were the coolest guys, and my group, I was the fucking leader. Banges. Like when I was doing grade 6, we were the coolest guys, more than the grade 7s. And I was a bully. Not proud of. But I wasn't a bully of like discriminate you or touch on. Mina mangibona ngathi le ntombi le angeke ukujula nayo. No, not even for me. Like, I don't like you. You can't date that girl, chief. When I said, transporting, I'm short. I am short. I do get into fights every now and then, but my personality is so big and my character is so big that and I learned that very young.
Yeah,
you're already short. The world is against you, chief. You want to have to stand tall somewhere, somehow.
Yeah.
It worked, but for yo, guys, okay. Tonight for yeah. Buggy codes. Anyway.
Yeah.
There's good and bad.
So what I'm saying, I'm going back to Leto Shoguti. A lot of them Mac. There's a lot of
but like we need to promote guys courting properly, because it is fucking the dating pool. Like we need to be honest, and both genders are to be blamed, to be quite honest. We need to go back to basics. Like, guys, now women are giving bums on the first date. Guys are spending 2,000 on the first date. That is the current norm where we are in, guys.
So, okay, here's the thing. Spending on first dates, I'm not against.
Sure.
Right?
Giving bums on the first date?
So giving that, for me personally, I'm not even a person who
indulge like that.
I don't promote. If I was perfect, if I could choose to be perfect, and I had to choose my life in perfection, right?
Sleep now. But anyway, go on, something.
I would definitely, I probably would be that parent who you really need to wait, and not because I think I know better, but because I've seen the consequences of not, right? Excuse me, which maybe makes me know better, but
why is 2000 on first date normal?
So who depends on the right? So for example, umuntu babaza a big bill who pays over 100k in a club because your pocket's not the same, right? So this is ridiculous to you. And then when abantu who they make this an hour. So you gotta recover this.
But regardless. So the equivalent on what you're saying is that I am a girl. I don't really have morals. Like, I can give bums on the first date. The problem starts when the same guy goes to lunch with the same thinking. I spent 2,000 there. I got bums. I want to come here. I spend 2,000 on you. And that's what I expect. But
it says a lot about you. Clearly, you don't know how to read the room.
Yeah. But I'm saying is that if we allow this one side and not the other side, they're gonna end up.
I don't think anything has to do with the other. I don't think the one thing has to do with the other. Firstly, I believe in men courting.
Okay, right.
Right? And courting the best way they know how.
True.
Right? If you feel, I'm gonna get flowers and I wanna win this person's heart, and this is how I'm gonna go about it, great. Do that, right? If you are still reading a person, if you're still seeing them and you want to see if they've got potential or they'll be worth all of that, then great, that's for you. Do that. Excuse me. Let it not be determined by the next person's response. So, going back to it's
this is where we disagree immensely, but
yes, literally. And I want to close off this because I don't want it to be. But anyway,
this one needs a segment on its own,
yeah.
Should we take a 5 now?
Okay, we'll take 5 on this topic.
Yeah, let's take 5. This one is big. We can't just brush it.
Firstly, thank you for honoring my invite.
Cool, man.
Thank you for taking my show seriously. And when it comes to time reporting and just saying when you,
yes,
I appreciate it more than you know. I do.
Cool. You're welcome. Don't get too emotional now.
No. It's just for gratitude purposes.
I feel.
Yeah.
Fair.
And to everyone who tuned in, thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe. I have my everyday subbies who come back here. Please share so that we have new people on here. We deserve to see this content.
100%. And also, if maybe you guys recommend someone to come on the show, please comment.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Alright, cool, man.
Alright, see you next time. That's it for Unscripted for today. Love you guys.